Hey everybody, it's Rykard here again, back with another black and white Pokemon analysis. Today, we're going to be discussing the brawny Pokemon known as Roopushin. So let's get started by taking a look at its typing, abilities, and stats. So first off, Roopushin is a mono fighting type, meaning that it has standard fighting type weaknesses and resistances, so there's nothing really special going on with the typing. As for its abilities, the first one it gets is known as Guts, which is an awesome ability that allows you to increase your attack by 1.5 every time you're inflicted with some kind of status. And this applies to every status, even freeze, which is kind of funny because you can't really attack when you're frozen anyways. As for its next ability, it's known as Encourage, which is a new unique ability that increases the power of moves that have a secondary effect chance of occurring while also losing that secondary effect. Meaning a move like Focus Blast that has a chance to lower your opponent's special defense will actually get a boost from Encourage and then not actually have a chance to lower your opponent's defense. And this works similar with a lot of different moves, whether they're going to be causing burn, paralysis, poison, or even flinching. So Encourage is a cool ability that encompasses a lot of different moves and gives them a nice boost. As for its last ability, and its Dream World ability, it is known as Iron Fist, which increases the power of moves that are of the punching variety by 1.2. So this applies to like Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Focus Punch, etc. And Roopushin learns a bunch of these, so it can be a very cool way of applying this ability in order to deal more damage with your punching type moves. As for its stats, it has 105 HP, 95 defense, and 65 special defense, which actually is really good defenses, meaning that this Pokemon can take hits from either the special or physical side. More so on the physical side, though, obviously, because of its higher base stat in that area, but it allows Roopushin to actually be pretty effective in coming in on a bunch of different attacks and being able to survive them because of the HP and defenses. As for its attacking stats, its physical attack is at a ridiculous 140, meaning that he can do loads of damage with his physical moves that he can learn, and he pretty much learns only physical moves. I think there are like 3 moves that he learns that are special, but he can just do a ton of damage no matter what attack he's using from the physical side, which is great and allows him to make use of very powerful priority like Mach Punch. As for its special attack, though, it's only 55, so it's really not going to be as usable as its physical attack, so there's really not much point in trying to put EVs into that. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about its speed, which is 45, and obviously that's fairly low. But what's great is because of its monstrous attack and low speed, this Pokemon is perfect for Trick Room teams because of the fact that, in the Trick Room, obviously the slower Pokemon go first, so a slow Roopushin will be a fast Roopushin and be able to deal a monstrous amount of damage with its physical attacks. But other than that, if you're not in a Trick Room, you can pretty much count on Roopushin to be going second the majority of the time unless it's using a priority move. But with that, let's take a look at the first set for this video. So this first set is actually not made by me in any means, and it's pretty much just what a lot of people are using right now for Roopushin. So first we're going to give it a careful nature to increase its special defense and lower its special attack, and we're going to be using the ability Guts so that any statuses that are given to us will only benefit us in terms of being able to deal more attack damage. As for the EVs, we're going to put 252 into HP to give you your max HP, 252 into special defense to give you your max special defense, and then 4 into speed to give you 1 more point, and possibly allow you to outspeed other Roopushins that are using the same set, but put that point into physical attack instead. As for the item, we're going to be making use of leftovers to allow us to recover a little bit of HP at the end of every turn, which is great because of the fact that we have really high HP and really high special defense, so special attacks will not be doing a lot of damage to us. Fortunately, as well, is the fact that we're going to be using Bulk Up as our first move, which will not only increase our physical attack, but also increase our physical defense, making us very, very bulky from either the special or physical side. And it also increases your physical attack, which even with no EVs in it still is ridiculously high, and after a bulk up, you pretty much just gave you all the EVs you would have normally been putting into physical attack in order to balance it out, I guess. But for the first attacking move, we're going to be making use of Drain Punch as a way of recovering HP and also dealing fighting damage. And since we're increasing our defenses, Drain Punch is an excellent way to help heal our health back up while we're increasing our defenses, meaning that attacks will be doing less and less damage to you, and you'll be gaining more health back. It also works because your attack is being boosted by bulk up as well. Up next, we have Payback, which is an excellent move on Roopushin because of the fact that it has low speed, meaning that Payback will have a high chance of going second and therefore having 100 base power. And it's also great because of the fact that it'll allow Roopushin to have better type coverage since Drain Punch can't hurt ghosts. So Payback is an excellent way to allow you to hit ghost types that you normally wouldn't be able to, and also deal heavy damage to things that also resist Drain Punch. And then lastly, we're going to be making use of Mach Punch as a way of giving us priority with really high attack power, which is an excellent thing on any Pokemon. So with the combination of bulk up and special defense and HP EVs, you're getting a very bulky Roopushin while also making its already high attack stat really high. Up next, we have a purely offensive set to use with Roopushin. So first we're going to give it an Adamant nature to increase its physical attack but lower its special attack, and then we're going to be making use of the ability Iron Fist to increase the power of our punching moves. As for the EVs, this time we're going to put 252 into HP to max out your HP, 252 into physical attack to max out that stat as well, and then 4 into speed to give you one more point in that area. As for the item, we're going to be making use of a choice band in order to increase our physical attack even further and allow us to do ridiculous amounts of physical damage. So for the moves in the set, we're going to be first using Earthquake as a powerful ground type move that you can use in pretty much the majority of situations you're in, unless your opponent obviously is going to resist it or be immune to it because of a flying type. But it's a pretty powerful move that you can generally usually rely on. As for its next move, it's pretty much a toss-up between Drain Punch or Stone Edge. Stone Edge will give you better type coverage, whereas Drain Punch will give you a stronger stab fighting type move than Mach Punch, and also allow you to increase your HP as well. So it's really which one you want to worry about with this Roopushin set, if you want to deal rock type damage or if you want to be able to heal yourself while dealing more fighting type damage. And Drain Punch will also get the boost from Iron Fist if you are curious. Up next, again, we have Payback, because that's just a good move to have on a fighting Pokemon that can't really attack with anything other than fighting type moves, so Payback will help it deal with ghost types and also psychic types. And then lastly, we're going to be making use of Mach Punch again. And what's so great about this set is that you have a max attack choice banded Iron Fist Mach Punch, which is probably one of the most powerful priority moves you can throw out in a game, which is absolutely amazing and makes this Roopushin one of the most effective revenge killers that you can get, just because of how powerful that move will be. And so this set is just purely meant to be entirely physical, as I said before, so you'll be able to do loads of physical damage with it and hopefully take out your opponent with your insanely high physical attack. As for this last set, it's going to be a mixed set for Roopushin that could actually be made use of, even though it sounds kind of ridiculous. But first we're going to give it a quiet nature to increase its special attack and lower its speed, and then we're going to be using the ability Guts so that if any statuses are given to us, we really don't have to worry about them, as opposed to using a different ability and being hindered by like Burn or something like that would normally cut our physical attack. But as for the EVs, again we're going to max out HP, but this time we're also going to be maxing out your special attack with 252 EVs into that stat, and then the remainder of the EVs are going to be going into special defense. For the item though, we are going to be using leftovers again like in the first set. The moves though will be completely different than the previous sets, with the exception of one move that's going to be the same. But first we're going to be making use of Cheer Up as a way to increase both our physical attack and our special attack. And if you're curious, your physical attack with no nature boost or EV boosts to it is still higher than your special attack, which is kind of funny. But with the cheer up, it'll give you good special attack over 300 with the EV spread in nature, and over, I think, 300 physical attack as well, possibly 400, I'm not sure. But it'll allow you to effectively attack from either the physical or special side with a set like this, which is really cool. And so first we're going to be making use of Focus Blast as a way to deal special fighting type damage that also gets stab. So it'll have ridiculous power, being at I think 180 because of stab. So that's always great, and it could always lower your opponent's special defense, meaning that you can do more damage to them if that happens. Up next, we either have Hidden Power Ice or Grass Knot. Grass Knot is actually a move it can learn, whereas Hidden Power Ice is just a hidden power. But both have their effectiveness. Ice is good in combination with fighting because of the type coverages you get with it, whereas Grass Knot will come in handy for bulky waters or any other type of Pokemon that Grass Knot could do more damage to than Focus Blast. And then lastly, on the physical end, we're going to be making use of Drain Punch as a way to recover our HP back and also deal physical damage because this is a mixed set. Now, the reasoning for a set like this first came to me after seeing a couple of Wi-Fi battles where people led with Roopushin that were actually Zoroarks. So this could be a set to possibly trick your opponent in thinking you were actually a Zoroark rather than a Roopushin, because why would a Roopushin run a special set? So this is kind of one of the really cool mind games you can play with your opponent if they see that you have a Zoroark on your team, since it does show you what teams or what Pokemon your opponent have on their team when you are doing a Wi-Fi battle now for some reason. But it could just be a really cool way of tricking your opponent and getting a huge advantage on them by thinking you're something you're not. And it also allows Roopushin to have pretty decent special attack to use. So it's actually not that bad of an idea when you think about it. But as opposed from the other two, this probably won't really be a standard or highly used set that could be used with Roopushin. But that's it for this video, so I hope you guys like these, so take care and goodbye.